Basic Linux commands. Next, let's dig into Kali Linux usage and explore some basic Linux commands. Man pages. Most Linux command line executable programs provide a formal piece of documentation called manual or man pages. Man pages generally have a name, a synopsis, a description of the command's purpose, and the corresponding options, parameters, or switches. Man pages contain not only information about user commands, but also documentation regarding system administration commands, programming interfaces, and more. If you're unsure which manual section you want to read from, you can do a keyword search. For example, let's assume we're interested in learning a bit more about the format of the etc password file. Typing man password at the command line shows information regarding the password command, which is not what we're interested in. However, if we use the -K option, we can perform a keyword search. We can further narrow the search with the help of a regular expression. It's important to understand regular expressions, so refer to the lab guide for additional resources and information. We can now look at the exact password manual page we're interested in by referencing the appropriate section. Man pages are typically the quickest way to find documentation on a given command, so take some time to explore them in a bit more detail. Apropos. With the apropos command, we can search the list of man page descriptions for a possible match based on a keyword. Although this is a bit crude, it's often helpful for finding a particular command based on the description. Suppose we want to partition a hard drive but can't remember the name of the command. We can figure this out with an apropos search for partition. Notice that apropos seems to perform the same function as man-k. This is because they are, in fact, equivalent. Listing files. The ls command prints a basic file listing to the screen. We can modify the output results with various wildcards. The -A option is used to display all files, including hidden ones, and the -1 option displays each file on a single line, which is very useful for automation. Moving around. Linux does not use Windows-style drive letters. Instead, all files, folders, and devices are children of the root directory, represented by the / character. We can use the cd command followed by a path to change to the specified directory. The pwd command will print the current directory, which is helpful if you get lost. Running cd followed by the tilde character will return to the home directory. Creating directories. The make directory command followed by the name of a directory creates the specified directory. Directory names in Linux may contain spaces, but this is considered bad form since spaces are used to separate commands and parameters. Consider this example. As we can see, a directory named with spaces can create confusion unless we wrap it in quotes. Instead, many users choose hyphens or underscores instead of spaces in directory and file names. These characters also make autocompletes, which are executed with the tab key, much easier. We can create multiple directories at once with the incredibly useful -p option, which will also create any required parent directories. This can be combined with brace expansion to efficiently create complex directory structures. For example, let's create a directory called test, and within that directory, create 3 subdirectories called recon, exploit, and report. Again, refer to the lab guide for more information about regular expressions and brace expansions.